So we had to trigger this cutscene.
Oh boy.
And we were never gonna do that if we were just stuck running around back at the tower where we were before. But yeah, I feel like I'm eating crow a lot with this cutscene. Excuse me, this playthrough. And I distinctly remember mentioning, I don't know if it was at the start of us doing this playthrough or just kind of like talking about this game before, but I remember explaining that, wow, this game is like so linear. Like it must be so hard to like lose track of where you are, where you need to go. But the truth is, every single time we do a brand new session of this playthrough, I am like absolutely puzzled on where to go next. And I think part of it is kind of like the layout of the dungeon, since the game is pretty much entirely dungeon. Like you're in a dungeon like all the time. But the other part of it is just when we like finish a session, we should definitely write some stuff down.
Oh, it's almost as if we've played games like this before, where we're supposed to really like keep track of what we're doing in that point in time. Like, I don't know, Resident Evil?
Right. But
Remember that?
I feel like this is even worse because like I was saying some time ago, Ys Origin is really linear. If you sit down and just play it like beginning to end, there's really no reason you should get stuck. It's a pretty linear game, and even if you go exploring a lot, or if you do find yourself stuck, you just kind of go exploring, you'll eventually find the room that you have to go to. Well, in this case, we had to go all the way back to Rado's Annex, which is like that kind of second tower that's connected to the main tower. We got to talk to Fina about how the knights were petrified, and now we have to find out about getting the Dreaming Idol, which then we're gonna have to go back to the first floor to get it. But yeah, I'm like really surprised and very disappointed in myself with this playthrough. I thought this game would be a lot more linear than that.
I mean, how about me and that Digimon playthrough? Bilesy Venom and I, ever since we started it, I was just like, this shouldn't be too hard. All we really got to do is just play through it. It's not that complicated of a JRPG. We'll be fine. And every twist and turn, man, it just takes us a while.
Yeah, but I mean, that's a long RPG, like JRPG. This game is probably about like 20 or so hours. This is the standard length of like most of the playthroughs that we've done. I'm saying is that I keep getting stuck, you know, and it's like I didn't think it would be that difficult. I didn't think that would be that complex. But yeah, here we are. Also, for a little bit of background, we had some tech issues earlier while we were setting up for this, and in the meantime, while we were doing that, I got another piece of ore, which helped level up Unica's weapons, so we're a little bit stronger now.
I'm also going to be honest. Ever since like we both like reset our systems, everything looks so much more clear on my screen. Like, holy hell. It's almost like I'm watching you. It's almost like you're in the room with me.
Wow. Well, it's funny that you say that because I'm actually recording this in 4K because I have that opportunity to do that with games now. And I figured, why not? The last 2 episodes of Ys, why don't I just bump it up to some insane amount of detail? And I've been enjoying the few times I got a chance to record in 4K. It's very nice. Very big file size though. I will not be doing it on a regular basis, but goddamn, does 4K look delicious.
Hey, yo. Also, is this guy's name pronounced Dino or Dino?
I don't know, dude. There's no voice acting in the game, so your guess is as good as mine.
Like, I have to ask because I would not expect people to be called Dino in real life. I'm just gonna call him Dino, like the dinosaur from the Flintstones.
Oh no, I would always go with just saying Dino. I might have to cut this part because I'm not 100% sure if we have to go back to the annex real quick and talk to have the goddess purify the statue or something. So this might just be a waste of time, but if not, I'll just go back to where they were petrified. God damn it! Okay. So I did mention that I am recording this in 4K, so it should look really nice. There are still some. This is a game from like I think 2013 or 2011, so it's still gonna have some limitations to how it looks. But goddamn, I mean, we just walk by that bridge, and that backdrop still looks fantastic. Even though there's quite a bit of pixelation for me here, but yeah, this game is really nice. I would also recommend anyone check out E6, the Ark of Nepishtim, which that game is probably the nicest looking of these style of Ys games, of the small characters, the isometric style. I would definitely recommend checking out E6.
Oh, you're presenting her with two thingies. Oh my god, she's fusing them together!
Yeah, I was kind of confused because I thought the Black Pearl that we had was just fake, but she combined it with the Dreaming Idol. So now we can use that to purify our friends and get them de-petrified. So that's not bad.
Let's frickin' go!
Yeah, we're working our way down on this playthrough. So this should be releasing after the final episode of River City Girls 2 playthrough, because that's kind of how it worked. It's actually kind of funny because both of the playthroughs ended up being kind of like around the same point by the time that we got to focus in on them again. Enough to finish, at least. Yeah, they're both about like 3 episodes left a pop. So because of that, they're gonna release in this order. I just want us to finish uploading all the River City Girls stuff before this, but I am leading into saying that we teased that we're gonna be doing another playthrough after River City Girls, which, I mean, that just makes sense. But the next game that we're gonna play is Cuphead.
Hooray!
We got to do a little bit of testing for that to make sure that we're well equipped to probably just stream it on the PS5. Yeah. But I'm really looking forward to it. I've been playing Cuphead in my own time. Like, I've been playing some of the levels because I got it a long time ago. Actually, a friend gifted to me, then I bought a physical version for myself eventually because I wanted it. And I never really finished it. We did like one episode on the show a long time on our channel a long time ago for Cuphead, but you know, we obviously didn't play through the whole game. So every once in a while I would kind of like popcorn it. I'd do a level or two to try to see if I could kill a boss here or there, and it was really challenging. But it's a type of game where after about like 30 tries you start to get a little bit better, and when you finally kill the boss, it's so satisfying. It's such a satisfying game to like finally beat the bosses and stuff like that.
Dude, I played a little bit of Cuphead back in the day, you know, when it was still kind of new. Holy crap, that's a tough game.
Oh yeah.
But I love it. I love it because these developers really went and said, nah, screw pixels, screw 3D models, we're hand drawing all the frames. We're going full like 1920s, 1930s cartoon art style, and no one's stopping us.
Yeah, and the whole aesthetic of it is just so great. The music that they play in the game and the story is fun. The way that the dialogue and the characters are, it's very nice. to me, I couldn't think of a better game for us to do a playthrough of because it should be pretty quick, and I think it'll tap into something for our stream. I think because we do a decent amount of platformers, and on top of that, we you know, we usually shy away from games that are, hey, this game is insanely difficult. The point of this game is, oh my god, this game is so hard. That's how it's advertised to like everyone. We tend to not play stuff like that. We don't really do Dark Souls. We don't do things like that. So why not embrace that self-punishing, self-loathing type of video game genre and play Cuphead? I think it'll be a really good playthrough.
Yeah, that shouldn't be an issue for us at all. It won't take us a literal eternity to get through 2 or 3 levels.
No,
ever.
why would it? Why would it?
At all.
I mean, I could say I think I'm like 60% done in my sorry, warped to the same place. I think I'm like 60% done in my casual off channel playthrough. Be this one. So I don't think it'll be that bad, but there will be a lot of suffering. And I mean, hey, this is Cuphead after all. We can play it in co-op too. I think that's another aspect that we shouldn't we shouldn't hide here. This could be a playthrough where I know that when I was part of the Digimon playthrough still, it was kind of just me watching Zero play. And I know that Ys was supposed to be like the two of us interchangeably, but turned into just me playing it. But Cuphead is a game that, like with River City Girls, we could totally play it together at the same time.
Indeed.
Is that something that you'd want to do, or do you just want to watch me suffer?
Yas King. If you suffer, I suffer.
No. It's a shame, actually. I think that I don't know how they would make it work necessarily, but this would be cool if they had co-op. If you could both play at the same time. That's where I got the ore. Would have been nice. But eventually we kind of just realized that, like, I guess I'm more knowledgeable on this series and stuff. And I've also beaten this game before, so it was just kind of like, yeah, I'll take the helm.
I mean, look, I would love to be playing through this as well, but because we usually do these sessions remotely, which still love the PS4 for this, literally saved our channel, that delay really does screw me over.
Do you think that's going to be an issue for you for Cuphead, though?
We'll see. We'll see. Because we did also play River City Girls 1 completely remotely through PS4, and I had minimal issues with delay.
Yeah.
For some reason, when it came to this game, the delay messed with me a lot more. Also, we would be much farther behind if it was me playing every other episode. Let's be 100% honest.
Yeah, I think that's why also, again, when I was still in the Digimon series, I also decided that it probably makes more sense to just let you take the helm.
I mean, this actually takes skill. You know, like this takes like planning and skill and whatnot. Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory. It's just a JRPG. Like you push left, right, up, down, and you press like the X button and you're done. There's really nothing else you need to do.
Oh, so you're calling me lazy, huh?
I'm saying that you're lazy. Yes, exactly. No, I'm just kidding.
Fantastic.
No. It is again. What I am saying is that it would be easier to play a JRPG like that remotely because your input timing does not matter.
Well, all I'm gonna say is you better not be holding us back with the Cuphead. You gotta get to training because Cuphead is no joke. You need those platforming skills.
Oh, I'm great at platforming. It's the delay that I'm worried about. But we'll see. Again, we'll be using a different console. Hopefully the PS5.
Hopefully.
You know, does us justice. And hopefully by the time we figure out what the issue was with our PS4s. But yes.
Fuck.
You're using your PS4 Pro, right?
Yeah.
As am I.
Yeah, my PS4 Pro is very geriatric at this point.
It's newer than mine, though.
Shit. I gotta find the
2 years.
fucking my friends. We gotta go save our friends, Yug.
Hey, Yug. We gotta go save our friends. Pegasus, he's got them all locked up, Yug. What are we gonna do?
Wait, isn't the guy that's voicing him gonna be at some convention that we're gonna be at?
Well, he was at Comic-Con last year, and I got a card signed by him.
That's awesome. I'm running into that problem again where I was just mentioning before. It's just, this game should be really linear, and it would be a lot easier to get through if you've played it on the regular basis. But to know a specific room to go back to right now, when I need to, now that I have the thing that I need to go back to that room for, it's like, oh man, find that one room in this dungeon. Oh, all I had to do was go left. Okay. I think now we use the thing. Yay, our friends aren't dead. They're not
Hooray!
statues.
They're back.
Now imagine if you got petrified 0. Do you think it would be like your memory would just immediately warp to the moment that you got unpetrified? Or do you think it'd be like you're sleeping and you're dreaming?
So, let's get into Greek mythology.
That's not... What?
Petrified. Because the Gorgon, the snake hair lady, Medusa, if you ever looked at her,
You turn to stone.
you turn to stone. So I'm trying to think right now, what would happen? Like, how would that feel? And I'm thinking to myself, like, it would probably be that whole idea of, oh, I'm starting to feel like I can't move. My breathing is starting to slow down. Fear. Stiffness, more stiffness, complete stiffness, and then just dark. Like consciousness gone.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking probably happened to them. And then, like, there's no time, there's no concept of time because you're not conscious. So it's probably that whole idea I just described. Like, you're getting stiffer and stiffer. You can't move. You're scared. And then all of a sudden, blank. For them, it was probably literally a second. And then, like, they're back to normal.
Right.
And from their perspective.
So I feel like I've told this story before on the channel, maybe. And maybe we're getting too personal at this point, and we might as well just go back to talking about just video games. But whatever. I mean, it's an episode. Let's have a little fun with it, I guess. When I was really young, my like on the regular basis, I would be hanging out with my friend at his house because my mom would go to work and she'd leave us off, and you know, he had older brothers that could take care of us if anything. Although usually his mom was there too, because she didn't have like a full-time job, if I remember correctly. So, you know, I would spend a lot of my days when I was young enough to not be going to school just yet, there. But also even later, like just during the summer, I guess they would just drop me off because it was just convenient, because you know there was no school. And my friend was obsessed with wrestling because he was a kid in the 90s.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I don't know if you're familiar with any wrestlers. I'm sure you've heard of this guy's name before because he's all over the place. but my friend's favorite wrestler was The Rock.
Of course.
Again,
Dwayne Johnson.
yeah, I mean, just being a little kid in that era, I can even kind of see myself being like that if had I been into wrestling. I just, despite my closest friend being into wrestling, I never was for some reason. I don't know how that happened, but that's how it happened. So
Yeah.
I could totally see it happening. It just I wasn't a fan. So one of the wrestling moves that he has is called the People's Elbow, which you're supposed to. It's very similar to Hulk Hogan's leg drop, but you're just supposed to run on the mat from side to side, bouncing off of the ropes, and then the person that's on the floor, you drop on them with your elbow. It's a thing with wrestling where sometimes a special move does not look special or particularly painful at all, but it's their finisher nonetheless. So that was his move, and my friend, being, like 8 or whatever, and not very bright at the time, he decided to do it off of a table, and he was gonna do it on the floor, and I remember trying to be like, dude, don't do that. You shouldn't jump off of the table onto the floor. That you're gonna get yourself hurt. At least this is how I remember it. Again, we were like kids. Maybe it happened a completely different way. Maybe I was wrestling with him. I don't remember. I literally will not remember some of what I'm about to tell you. So he jumped off of the table, and I was in the way. And basically, he knocked into me, and the next thing I remember is waking up in the bed in one of their rooms. And it was either that or I woke up in the hospital. I don't remember specifically, but when I woke up, my neck was in like a shitload of pain. It was like the worst neck pain I've ever felt. And my friend just looked like literally Satan himself walked out and just punished him. So I'm like, thinking back at him, like he must have gotten the riot act from his parents for that shit. But yeah.
Yeah, no, dude. Oof. I mean, I don't know if that's blacking out, more like, getting knocked out.
Right. Being knocked unconscious. But again, as someone that's had both happen, I could tell you that they are similar enough.
Yeah.
They're not, you're right. They're not the same thing, but they almost...
They feel the same.
Oh, they definitely feel the same, because again, it's like your brain just teleports. It's like it decides to do a time skip.
If I ever had a point in time where I blacked out or got knocked out, it would have had to been when I was like very, very young. I'm talking about like 2-3 years old, and I was crawling around the house and just fell asleep in random places. But I don't remember any of that because I was 2-3 years old.
Well, but also if you black out, you don't remember what happened.
That too. I don't drink, so I never really had a blackout moment.
Right.
That one time I did drink when I was like 15 by accident, I still remember everything. I've told you the story.
See, now that's the worst possible. That's the worst possible outcome, because your brain isn't fully formed until like you're 20-ish. That's why the law exists to like prevent kids and teenagers from drinking. Even though the truth is, teenagers will end up finding their way to be in those situations where they will drink, but you really shouldn't do it, because introducing yourself to drugs and alcohol at a young age potentially will be able to do a little bit of damage to your brain growth, because your brain is still growing. After you turn, whatever age that's supposed to be, you're fine, because your brain's not growing anymore, so you could do whatever you want. But, like at that point, it's just really bad for your development. And it's something that I definitely wish I understood growing up, but you can't change the past.
Not unless you got a time machine.
Oh no. We kind of went on a tangent of talking about horrible life experiences, but
Did make progress.
Well, we got to the next boss, which is good. But I gotta figure out how to beat this thing because we are out of time for this episode.
Indeed we are. If you guys enjoyed it, please make sure to slap the like button, mash the subscribe button, and let us know down in the comments below. Have you ever blacked out?
Or just tell us that you liked this game, whatever the case is. We'll see you on the next episode. Again, we're trying to get through all these playthroughs, and we're working on, just like we finished River City Girls 2, we should be finishing this playthrough shortly as well. And yeah, we want to thank you guys for checking out our video. We'll see you next time.
Take care.
Bye.